Really? 5 out of 10?
Why? What would you give it, Rishi?
I don't know, like a 7.
Ooh, surprise me.
I give it the biggest good.
Oh.
Watch this.
Mr. Yamadan!
Sorry guys, that was the fruit fly. Just eating banana while cooking. Bom dia! Today we are making Arroz de Pato. This is a Portuguese dish. It's mean duck rice. Duck is basically the rich uncle of a chicken. Why? It's so fatty that every time you eat, it's gonna melt in your mouth and give you cholesterol. But that's what makes it so good. So, duck rice, really simple. You boil it, you cook the rice in the fat, and you put everything together with some chorizo and bacon. You bake it, and that's it. Very simple, but it's gonna take a bit of time. So, first step is we prep the pot. In here we have some ginger. The ginger is really important. This recipe doesn't require it because I don't think the Portuguese cuisine use a lot of ginger, but I'm gonna add a little bit of an Asian flair. That's my dad in the background, my sous chef, but it's not gonna help. Ginger to get rid of the gamey taste of fat because how fatty it is. And we got some carrot and onion. Add some salted water. You boil it for 40 minutes to just extract the fat, get some of that broth going. Use the fat and the broth to cook the rice. So let's do this. This duck is too big, so I'm gonna cut it in half. This is the neck. Let's see what other treasure I can find in here. This is gross. This is PG-13. Usually, it comes with, I think, the chicken heart or the gizzard. That's the heart.
The thumbnail will be anal fisting of a duck.
Now I gotta cut it in half and fit into this pot. And then use the other part to make something else later.
Oh.
First, you gotta have a really sharp knife or else this duck will not come off. I'm gonna cut them literally in half just so it can fit into the pot. I guess what I'm gonna do is cut them in parts. Oh! There you go. If you hit the joint, everything breaks. So, let me find that joint. My God, this is too gory.
PG-13.
Someone had to do the hard work. So if you're not willing to know where your food is coming from, then that's a shame on you. That is a lot of fat.
Can't wait.
Boom. Chicken leg, half a breast, 2 wings, and ooh, you gotta get the skin. This is where it's gonna extract the fat, and then another wing. I'm gonna save the rest for later. Salt. In here. Now we wait. Thanks to the magic of editing, we're now forwarded 3 hours ahead, and we got the chicken broth ready. The ducks are cooked. See it? Nice. We're gonna shred that later and stir fry it. But we're making the rice next. This is actually quite a simple dish that represents a lot of other rice dishes around the world. Chinese food, South American food also have the same dish. So, cooking rice. We're gonna stir fry some onion, and then we're gonna put the jasmine rice in there, or long grain in there to stir up the fragrance. Then use the broth to cook the rice. It literally is the same thing as you cook normal rice, but instead of water, you use fatty chicken broth. So, the hands over this, make sure you feel the heat. Because this is olive oil, it doesn't burn as much as the normal canola oil or vegetable oils. But, want to let you know, that's not hot yet. You don't hear the sizzle. So now you wait. Cover it with the oil, the fragrance. Next, we add the rice to cover it with the fragrance that have been extracted from the onion, the olive oil, and the chopped garlic. If you want your rice to taste really delicious, this is what you do. It's the first step you do. But most of the time, you don't have time, you pop it in the rice cooker. Did you know?
This is what grandma taught me.
You do this for a minute, and then you put in twice the amount of broth to the rice, boil it, simmer it down for 12 to 15 minutes until it's cooked, then that's good. Easy steps, just take a little bit of time. Anything in this life will take time if you want it to be great. I'm just gonna add twice the amount of broth, 2-to-1 ratio. Many recipes out there are asking for different way to make Arroz de Pato, but really in the end, the ideas are the same. So now I'm gonna put this in there, covers it halfway, and we have delicious fatty pot of rice, just like how mama like it.
I'll be the first to say that smells fucking good.
This is where you get real hands-on. Next is we're gonna take the duck, shred it, debone it, rub it with some spices, stir it up. Sorry for the noise there. Look, another. Oh, motherfuck! Why do you do that? Now you're gonna touch your greasy hand into that nice equipment. How are you gonna press pause now?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
How are you gonna do that?
I don't know.
Did that ever come across your mind?
No, it really didn't.
I'll tell you a story. I never used to look this hot. True story. I used to be a chubby boy. By the standard of the Vietnamese, I was AKA an obese person. When I was young, I go to a death anniversary. There will be a lot of duck that was killed. Guess what? There was total of 9 ducks that was killed that day to serve up to 50 people. 9 of that drumstick went to my stomach.
Why?
Why? I'm a fat boy, that's why.
This is called 偷吃. This is what I do. Behind the scenes.
How's that taste?
Good.
Yeah? Is it?
Is there any seasoning on it?
No,
Nothing?
just some salt.
Oh.
The fat stores the flavors. This is why people shouldn't avoid fatty food. Well, this is why people love fried food and greasy food, because it absorbs the taste so well. When you think that eating healthy is about avoiding fatty food, that's not the case. Because the fatty food bring out the great flavor. Just don't eat a lot of them, you know? Instead of ordering 300 McChicken, just order 3.
This is a lot of nonsense, dude. This is what I love about Vietnamese households. Did your mom or dad make this?
My mom made it. My dad made it. Stir this low. Get the onion in there. Add the chorizo in. Let's spice up the house. They call me Dr. Spice and not the Coca-Cola kind. This is what cooked rice in duck broth look like. It's incredibly fragrant and smell really fatty. Incredible.
ABG boys, doing my job.
How is it? Yeah.
Tastes like daddy's cooking.
What are all the things that
We got onion, chorizo, duck, pepper, a little bit of salt, Himalayan salt, nutmeg to taste, and lemon juice. Bring out the flavor within.
This is what my mom calls 偷吃. Oh, you can really taste the chorizo flavor now.
Mm-hmm. You think that duck fat is enough? Nah. You add some of these bacon in there, pork belly. Layer of rice, layer of duck, and then another layer of rice. You call it a good day. You think we're done? Nah, time to get kinky. Brush the layer of egg to give that golden color when it's done. Now, you need to wait 30 minutes. And we have a beautiful dish of Arroz de Pato. This is a tribute to my two favorite Portuguese people, Joao and Carolina. Ciao.
Ooh, surprise me.
Give you the biggest good.
Oh.
Watch this.
The moment of truth. It's gonna turn out shitty or it's gonna turn out shittier. One of those two. Okay. Result of Arroz de Pato, and man, I say it in such a bad accent. The rice are now smelling incredibly delicious. The only setback I would say is that the rice, when I cook it, I add too much broth, so it's too wet. Have some chorizo, some pork belly, fatty piece of duck. The flavor blending well, and you can taste the fatness from the duck. The problem is that it's losing the contrast of texture because the rice is too wet. If the rice is dry and you have a little more bite to it, mwah. Either way, I'll give this 5 out of 10. Would not cook again.
Thank you,
Salute.
Chef.
Really? 5 out of 10?
Why? What would you give it, Rishi?
I don't know, like a 7?
This is why food is subjective to the people that eat it.
Thank you, Win.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yes, we got it!